Hi, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Tech Vlogs on YouTube, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Smart Filament bulb from Oeeone. Now, it's been a while since I've posted on this channel, and it's because I've been up to all sorts of other things, which I'll talk about in a future video. But today I wanted to bring you a review of this Smart Filament bulb from Oeeone, which I've been sent to check out. So let's crack on with my honest review, and start with the spec. The bulb from Oeeone is a 7-watt dimmable LED smart bulb, which has different options for different levels of white warmthness, meaning you can go from a bright white to a warm white. The 7-watt LED doesn't sound like much, but it equates to about 60 watts in old money, so actually it's plenty bright enough. If you've used smart bulbs or just LED bulbs before, you'll know that you tend to have a lower wattage for the same kind of brightness as older bulbs, just because LEDs are brighter for less electricity. This also makes them more eco-friendly and cheaper to run. Now, in order for this bulb to work, it needs to be hooked up to an existing smart home device, but it works with things like Philips Hue bridges, Samsung SmartThings, Amazon Alexas and Google Assistants. This gives you plenty of options to hook it up to whatever setup you've already got. In my case, I hooked mine up to my Philips Hue bridge, and setup was exactly the same as a genuine Philips bulb. You simply plug in the bulb, turn it on, open the app and search for a new light. It then flashes it and you can name it and put it in a room and do all the things you do with your normal Philips Hue bulbs. If you've got the Alexa skill set up for Philips Hue, then it automatically picks that up in your Alexa app as well and lets you add routine and control it with your voice. This is great because especially if you use Amazon's voice assistant or Google Assistant, it means that it already works alongside all of your other devices. The only downside for me as an Apple user is that it's not compatible with HomeKit, whereas Philips Hue bulbs are. In reality, however, I've got a few smart plugs and other things that aren't compatible with HomeKit as well, and actually I tend to use Amazon's voice assistant for controlling most of my smart home stuff, and so it doesn't really make a lot of difference to me. But it is something to bear in mind if you use something like a HomePod. In terms of price, it retails at around £20, making it roughly the same price as the official Philips Hue filament bulbs, and spec-wise it's actually incredibly similar, but with a couple of less features. Firstly, this one only comes with an E27 screw fitting, whereas the bayonet versions are also available from the Philips bulbs. Of course, if you've just got an E27 fitting like me and my lamp, then that doesn't matter at all. Secondly, it doesn't have Bluetooth, which some of the later generation Hue bulbs have, which mean you don't need to use the Hue bridge. So I guess the question is, why would you spend the same amount on this bulb as you would on a genuine Philips bulb? This, of course, is a question that you're only really going to ask if, like me, you're already part of the Philips Hue ecosystem, but the answer is probably all about the look. The Philips Hue filament bulb has a sort of spiral design with the filament, whereas this bulb has a 4-prong approach. This means the look is actually much more similar to traditional light bulbs, and in my opinion, probably a bit more pleasing to the eye. But the real question is, how well does it work? Once you've set it up, you can easily adjust the colour temperature and brightness using a whole variety of apps. In my case, that's using the Philips Hue app and using Amazon Alexa. The bulb is responsive and it works well. It's got a really good range of brightness and it just looks really good. All in all, the Oeeone filament style smart bulb is a great addition to your smart home setup, or maybe a really good place to start if perhaps you've just got an Echo Dot and you want to have a go at some kind of smart bulb. It has a really good selection of options for white balance, whether you want something nice and warm or something a bit harsher. It's dimmable and it just looks really good, as I've said a few times throughout this video. I hope you guys have found this video helpful, especially if you're looking for reviews of this kind of smart bulb when there's perhaps not many around. If you've got any questions about it, do stick them below and I'll try and answer those. I've put a link down below to the bulb as well if you guys want to go and pick one up from Amazon. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you guys again soon.